It's been a long time since I've made a bread pudding, but some of you have been asking for it, and I'm so glad you did. This kitchen smells delicious, and we put this together with just a few ingredients you probably have in your kitchen. Jump on in and make it with me. Hi, I'm Mary Catherine, and welcome to my table. I'll bet you have all the ingredients on hand to make this simple, delicious dish today. We are going to make an old-fashioned bread pudding. Some of you guys have been asking for that, and I have a recipe that I've actually never made this one before. Someone recently gave it to me, and it's from a DAR cookbook. Do you know what the DAR is? It's Daughters of the American Revolution, and there are different chapters around the country, and lots of times they'll come out with cookbooks and share recipes. And so this is an old-fashioned bread pudding recipe from one of the ladies of the DAR. So here's a picture of it. Let's go over the ingredients that we're going to use. Of course, we're going to start with some bread. And the nice thing about it is it can be any kind of bread you have on hand. Regular loaf bread, it could be leftover biscuits, just whatever you have in your house is going to work fine for this recipe. It can be any bread that you have on hand. In fact, leftover bread works great for this dish. So if you need to use up some bread, make this recipe. It'll be perfect. So we've got our bread. We're also going to use some milk, and then we'll use a little bit of flour, a little bit of sugar, a couple of eggs, a little bit of butter, and then we'll use just a sprinkle of nutmeg, a touch of salt, and some vanilla. And then we're also going to make a sweet, delicious glaze to go over the top. We'll use some of these same ingredients again for that, but we'll also flavor it with some lemon juice. I think it's going to be delicious. The first thing I'm going to do to get this started is I'm going to take 4 cups of milk, and I'm going to pour them into our pot on the stove, and we're going to scald this milk. So we want it to get good and hot, but we do not want to bring it to a boil. So let's get it going and get that scalded milk ready.
Hey, Mary Catherine.
Yeah.
So how do you scald milk? You just tell it is bad?
Pretty much like I do you every day.
Oh.
No, I don't do that. Scald milk.
Oh, not scald.
No, not scald. Okay. Scald. While we've got that milk heating up, I'm going to go ahead and get our bread ready. Now, this bread is fairly old, so it's starting to get kind of dry, and I'm just going to tear it up into somewhat small pieces. I'm going to go ahead and do one other thing right now. I've got 6 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to go ahead and melt that in my microwave. Okay, and while we're waiting on that milk to scald, let me show you my breadcrumbs. What I have here is 8 cups of breadcrumbs. Now, you can use, like I said, you can use old biscuits, you can use old bread, whatever you want, and then just crumble them up. They don't have to be in super fine pieces. In fact, you see some of mine are much bigger here, and that is just perfect for this dish. So you want to end up with 8 cups. This, I didn't count the pieces of bread I used, but I'm guessing it was around a dozen, give or take. Might have been a couple of off there. But anyway, 8 cups of your breadcrumbs is what you want. So that's what I have here. And we just need that milk to scald.
Bad milk. Bad milk.
Do you know how to spell scald? Okay, so this recipe is not the exact recipe from the DAR, but it is inspired by the DAR recipe that we got. And so here's a funny little tidbit about me that you guys don't know. So did you know that different chapters of the DAR award DAR Good Citizen Awards when you're in your senior year? So somebody in the graduating senior class will receive the DAR Good Citizenship Award. And in my high school, that was me. And here's another little funny tidbit about that. Several years back when we had our 20th class reunion, we went through just a number of fun questions to see how much we remembered from our high school days. And one of the questions was, who was the DAR Good Citizen? And nobody remembered. But that's my little bit of association with the DAR.
You don't seem like a revolutionary.
Okay, and I can feel our milk heating up, and it's starting to steam just a bit. So we are up to 157 degrees. You don't have to use a thermometer for this. You just need to get it almost to the boiling point. and we are getting very close. That would be about 180 degrees if you want to use your thermometer. And you do want to keep stirring it, especially as it gets really hot, because that milk will stick to the bottom of the pan a little bit if you don't. So just keep stirring it until you reach that point.
It's 179.
All right, we're there. It happens really quickly toward the end, so you got to stick with it, watch it very closely. All right, now I'm going to pour our milk over our breadcrumbs. And just stir it to make sure it is all in the liquid, and that's perfect. And you can see how much smaller the breadcrumbs get once you pour that liquid on them. Okay, we need a total of 6 eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and beat these up and then get 3 more ready to go in. All right, there's our 6 eggs. And then we're going to add our 6 tablespoons of butter that we melted. Now we want to add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. That's 1/3. There's 2/3. Then we want a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just going to measure that in the cap here. There's our teaspoon. And then we want about a 1/2 teaspoon of some nutmeg. That smells good. Now let's mix this all up. You see how simple these ingredients are? I mean, it's probably nothing much that you don't have in your kitchen already. Eggs, milk, bread, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of butter, a little bit of vanilla. It smells good. Now, I'm going to take our 9x13 pan. I've already got it greased well, and we're just going to pour this directly into it. We have it all put together, so it's time to go in the oven. We're going to bake it at 350 degrees, but we also want to have it with some hot water and a pan underneath it. So let me show you how I'll do that. I'm just going to set a baking tray in the middle of my oven, and I've got some hot water. It's already heated up. Just enough to cover the whole pan. And then we're going to set our bread pudding right down in the middle of the pan. Okay, a couple of different recipes have different amounts of time for this. I'm thinking it's going to take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to check it at 45 minutes and we'll see. While our bread pudding is in the oven, we're going to make this delicious sauce to go on top. And we're going to start with 1/2 cup of sugar. This is still my 1/3 cup measuring cup I have out. So there we go. That should be a 1/2 of a cup. And then we want 1½ tablespoons of flour. Just kind of level that off. And about a 1/2. Like that. All right. And I'm going to kind of mix these together so that we won't have any lumps in our flour. This will help break it down just to mix it with the sugar first. You can see that's already happening. And if you see any stubborn ones, you can just kind of go in with the back of your spoon and break them up. Let's give it another stir, see if we have any more that show up. There we go. Now that looks the way we want it to. That looks good. So now we're going to come in with 1 cup of boiling water. Now I just had this boiling, so it's extremely hot still. And just mix it slowly into your flour and sugar mixture. Now we want to take this to the stove and we want to put it on until it comes up to a boil and then let it boil for 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn it on a fairly high heat, about medium high. So you can see it has just come to a boil. So that's good. Now we need to go for 5 minutes. And it's starting to thicken up a little bit. So continue to stir the whole time that it's boiling. It's just kind of like a syrup. It has been about 5 minutes. So at this point, I'm going to turn it off And I'm going to pull this off the eye. And we're going to finish it off by just adding our final ingredients. I have about 2 tablespoons of butter. We'll add that at this point, and it will just melt right into this syrup. And then we're also going to use just a pinch of nutmeg. So I'm just going to give it a couple little shakes. And also a pinch of salt, just a little. And then at this point, you could choose to add some vanilla to it if you just wanted to make a vanilla glaze. We're going to make a lemon glaze today. So we're going to add just about 1½ teaspoons of some lemon juice. That's about the right amount. And then just serve this over the bread pudding. I would cut it in pieces. And when you plate it up, then just take a spoonful of this syrupy glaze and pour right over your slice of bread pudding. Get the last of that little bit of butter melted. Now we have it ready. I think it's going to be good. It's been in for 45 minutes. I'm going to do a knife test. Oh yeah, it came out clean, so we are good to go. See how that's slicing so easily? That's going to be perfect. Now let's get some of our warm sauce that we made. And drizzle over it. Let's see if our old-fashioned bread pudding tastes as good as we remember. Still pretty warm. It's so simple. But sometimes those simple things are just so good. I don't know. There's something comforting about this dish. It's not overly sweet. That nutmeg flavor is not too strong. It's just a hint. You get a little hint of lemon in that sauce. It just all comes together, and it's simple, but it is good. Boy, that takes me back. I remember my mother making something very similar to this years ago. And I know I've made bread pudding, but it's been a long time. So I'm glad some of you guys wanted to see a bread pudding recipe. And I'm glad we made this today. Well, thank you so much for joining me today at Mary Catherine's Table. If you are one of the people that recommended that we do a bread pudding recipe, I really hope you watch this episode, and I hope you try this one. I think you can't go wrong with it. It's simple, but it is delicious. So yummy. And I do really love that you almost always probably have these ingredients on hand. So if you just need something quick and you don't have a lot of ingredients around, you've probably got what you need to make this dish. So that's great too. All right. Well, that's a wrap for Mary Catherine's Table. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell if you'd like notifications when we come out with new videos. And remember, go out today, find somebody who needs a little bit of kindness, and give them some of yours.